What is up, internet world, and welcome back to Accelerate. I'm Mike, he's Ian, and today we're bringing the 2024 BMW X6 M60i. Take a look at this Isle of Man green on this fully refreshed 2024 BMW X6. Now, they've done the exact same thing on the X5, so if you haven't watched our video on that, take a clicky up here and have a go at that guy. But today we're going to talk about the front, the side, the back, the interior, and take it for a little bit of a drive on this brand new 2024 BMW X6. In the 2023 BMW X6 M60i with mild hybrid that makes 553 horsepower and 520 pound-feet of torque out of a 4.4 liter twin-turbo V8. All right, let's launch this thing, see how fast we can get it to go. Hit it in Sport, hit it in Sport Plus, turn stability program off, go to traction off. All right, foot to the ground, launch control active, and go. Rips. 4.05. All right, so everybody says this does 0 to 60 in 4.2 seconds, and that's a trend with BMW. What they say and what they do are two different things, except it's better, not worse. So let's try that again. Flip the ground, launch control active, and go. What? This thing rips. It's quicker. 4.02. Boing! Oh, I love it. Sweat now. Yeah, turn the air conditioning down. You know, gotta save that 4% of power. Okay, foot to the ground. Let's rip, launch control activate. I cheated. It rolled. I rolled. My bad. Okay, let's take that thing back. All right, third time. Foot to the ground. Launch control active and go. Not as quick. It shows quicker. 4.03. Whee! That was quicker off the line, but it doesn't feel that quick though. It's quick, but it's so smooth and big and boisterous that it doesn't feel that fast. So if you're unfamiliar with the differences between the X6 and the X5, well, the X6 has a sloped roof back, sport back. It competes with the GLE Coupe, the Porsche Cayenne Coupe, and the Audi Q8. Now, it's built in Spartanburg. I called it North Carolina, and we got killed, and that's only because I love Vince Carter, and Vince Carter college team was North Carolina, and there's that song, North Carolina, take your hands up. If you know that song, comment below. So the M60 has a starting price of around $94,500, which is about $6,000 and change more than a comparable X5. So if we start at the front here, I love this color. Obviously, I talked about it. It's called Isle of Man green. This is an amazing color to have on this because it really pops, especially with all the black pieces here. So we start with the headlight here, exactly the same as the X5. You have the indicators built into the headlight itself in the actual DRLs, which is sweet. And of course, see those massive projectors behind them. Then you have a normal sized grille with piano black vertical lines, but I like the outside, how it has a satin black finish. And then when you look at the camera, it has more black chrome around it. Kind of different. Anyways, the M badge is right there because this is not a 50th anniversary or electrified. You have a regular BMW emblem. Moving down from there, you have a lot of piano black, which maybe over a couple years will get kind of beat up and scratchy. But in this specific case, because it's brand new, she beautiful. Every opening in this bumper is functional. These side vents right here, this vent right here, and of course the center. A big mouth for this big X6. To the side of this beautiful green X6. Now I like how they have the fender flares right here matching the green. It's not a different color. I do like that. And I'll get into why I'm talking about this right now. The wheels are 22-inch wheels with M Sport brakes behind it. It does have adaptive damping. In the back, it does have steering that turns 3 degrees. So you have that little when you go around corners. It obviously also has a rear differential because it is a BMW M-ish product. Now you do have the M60i logo here, letting everybody know you drive an M60i. You have black M Sport mirrors and black trim all across the top around the windows, just to match the front, because black everywhere, and green. But they did kind of, I wouldn't say boo-boo it up a little bit, but just change the deflection of your eyes when you look at the side, and that is by adding gray on the bottom here. I find that a little bit weird. Gray? There's black everywhere. Maybe they're thinking about the stone chips that come from these massive front 22s. Anyways, as I move back here, this is the whole question mark, you know, elephant in the room. When they launched the X6 first back in the day, it was different, but it was also really ugly in my opinion. Now, this generation is as tidy as can be. They've kind of figured it out as best they could. I'm not a huge fan of this design, this fastback sitting up high, just not really my style, but this X6 just looks bad from the front. It's this side look over here, in my opinion, it's a little bit funky. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think about the design of the X6. To the back, let's focus our eyes up top here where the shark fin is. Look at this stamped upper roof. It looks like an Aventador, and I'll show you why. Look at this cutout here, and when you focus your eyes on this little spoiler, this cutout here, this is from an Aventador. I kid you not, Google it, you'll see what I mean.
Say what?
But the focus here, honestly, is this rear glass. It's not like a typical truck. It's so sloped that you wouldn't know if this was the front or the back. Also, it has a very high booty. It is so high that when you put stuff in it, you actually have to get a literal ladder to put stuff in it. It is very high. Well, we'll get to that in a second. You have these skinny taillights to sort of break these things up. You have a BMW emblem that is protruding out. It is not flush, but it's wrapped by this cool little piano black around it. Moving down from there, you have the X6 and the M60i, letting everybody know you're not driving the 40i. Moving down from there, you have your license plate, but there's also a little camera that is not centered. And then you have this black, or should I call it gray, which matches the side, which is kind of weird considering there's black in the front. It's like they gave the black treatment on the front, the side, and then they give us a touch on the bottom to remind us you haven't spent the real money on the M6.
M6?
X6M. Now, in order to widen the rear bumper of this X6, you have these non-functioning vents, but you do have 4 exhausts, 2 on this side, 2 on that side, and if you want to know what this tows, it tows 7,200 pounds. Interior of the Isle of Man BMW X6 M60i. Try saying that 3 times fast. I know, I did it. Ooh, these seats are really comfortable. These are BMW individual seats. They're 16-way, they are cooled and heated. I got 3 increments each, but they are really comfortable. The padding inside them are amazing. I love these seats. And we have 4 cars this week, and I can tell you, these seats are definitely the best. Love them, BMW. Now, if we start with the door panel here, you have a mix of carbon fiber and aluminum grate to integrate the speaker in the door panel. You have 2 memory seats. You have, that's all not important because the most important thing actually is this right here. This has an M right on the dash and it changes colors depending on the sport mode or comfort mode that you're in. It's cool, I like it. It does have a 12.3 inch screen for me and a 14.9 inch screen for everybody else in the cabin. And of course it does have a heads-up display. If you haven't seen new BMW interiors, they are wicked. I love them, especially the venting. I like how they've integrated the vents. They're super clean and sleek into the dash. Everything else is kind of typical, especially this right here. This piece right here is pretty much typical across all BMWs moving forward. I do have wireless charging. I do have CarPlay and obviously Android Auto. And this does have the same sunroof as the BMW X5. It has these little tiny little squares in them that change design, and they do have ambient lighting around it. Right now it's green because everything in the car is green to match the outside Isle of Man. Now moving into the center console here, you have two cup holders. They're both heated and cooled cup holders. You have a USB, a full one, an authentic USB. If you're looking for a USB-C, it's hiding right here in this tiny little center console. And in the middle here, I do have this little, I wouldn't say Swarovski crystal, but it embellishes that feeling. When I touch it, it's got where you shift your park, reverse, neutral, drive. It's similar to the Porsche's one, the little tiny knobby that they have. And then I do have a rotary knob for the latest and greatest iDrive 8, maybe 0.5. I love when you put the 360 camera, you have the exact color of the car. This is genius. Back seat of the X6. See how I put these seats down? A little cute handle back here, but watch this. I'd let go, and it's slow to fold. It doesn't go bam, but putting it up is a little bit hard. Okay, so depends how big your biceps are. Mine are massive, so it's not bad for me. Now when I jump in the back here, close that solid BMW. We just reviewed the C43, all new, and it does have a little bit less headroom than the back of this X6. Considering this has a sloped back, you'd expect that to have more room. But no, I'm 5'9" and I have quite a bit of room sitting in the back of this X6. It does have something strange though, not the car, but the humans. They say that this has climate control 2.5, which means this has half a climate control. It's not a full climate control, it's a half climate control. It has heated seats on this side and this side for us in the back, and it does have two USB-Cs. They're not down here, they're actually in the back of this seat. Yep, on either side, and that's really for entertainment, but also to plug your stuff in. It's kind of cool. If you're wondering where the cup holders are, they're obviously in this little armrest. I pull it down, I got two of them right there. But the most important piece here, besides having these little, visors, is this ambient lighting. In the back here of this shell, there's a small strip of ambient lighting to match the front, which is green, and to match the car, which is green. I'm not really going to make a big fuss about not having a panoramic sunroof come to right here. It's pretty far forward, so it's a little bit, I wouldn't say claustrophobic, but it would be nice if it kind of went all the way back. And if you watch the outside of this car, you will know why. And if you know the answer, comment below. And if you haven't watched the outside, it's because it has these two little rocket ships above my head. Now obviously this is a power trunk, so it's right in the center. I push it and voila, she opens. Now when I was talking about how high this is, you can see how high it is. It's pretty much right there, which is not low whatsoever. So if you are the type to put a lot of stuff in the car, well, the X5 will probably be a better choice than the X6. Unless you love this design, then well, hey, it's your money. How much room do we have? We have 42 inches of depth. And as far as width goes, which is a lot, you have 42 as well. So it's exactly a box, 42 by 42. I like how they have the X6 on this little panel, and it's very easy to pull back. X6 right there. You just push this up and voila, it gets out of the way. Now, in order to put the seats down, you actually have to go into the back seats to fold them. You can't do it from the back here. There's no pull handle to do so. If you do want more storage though, underneath this floor, you do have more storage where a tire would be. And I like how they have a little strut over here holding it up for you. That is what you get when you buy one of these. This thing just rips. It ships super quick. It's aggressive. If you do have kids, they're gonna love it when they're sitting in the back because they're gonna feel like it's a roller coaster, sitting high enough. They have lots of visibility out that back window. And it's unique, it looks cool, especially in this green. Money, I love it. Now check this, they don't make the X6 in a plug-in hybrid like they do with the X5. However, in the X6 M, which is obviously crazy, it makes 617 horsepower and it's supposed to get to 60 in 3.7 seconds, which really means 3.5 seconds. That is Audi R8 territory, which is nuts for something that looks like this, looks this hefty, and you can fit everything in here. Like, it feels so smooth. It doesn't feel like it can get 4 seconds. I just feel like it's 5 seconds. Yeah, just smooth, man. Smooth like butter. And if you haven't bought an X product from BMW, so an X5 or X6 in the last 5 years, they've definitely become softer. They're not as stiff as they once were. The old BMW X5s are super stiff, and the X6 when it was first launched was also super stiff. Now it's not. Now I'm in Sport Plus, and I'm turning like this, and it is very, very soft. It's very soft. It's not stiff or firm or hard. So here's my thoughts about the X6 versus the X5. If you watch an X5 review or watch an X6 review, they're gonna be pretty much the same because they're kind of the same, just obviously slant back and maybe some small little touches, but everything is pretty much the same. So it's really about lifestyle and who's buying it because they're pretty much exactly the same thing. They drive very similar and the inside's the exact same. This one has M on it though. That's cool because this is an X60M as opposed to the X5 we had was the plug-in hybrid. So if you want a plug-in hybrid, you can't buy it in the X6, you gotta buy it in the X5. Everything else, this one's a really nice one. This is a really nice one. It's a suede headliner. This interior is nice and black. I love the carbon. This interior is beautiful. It's perfect. It's definitely one of the best interiors out there in the market today, hands down. And again, besides some of the depths of studying you have to go through to use the infotainment, everything else is really good. Some people will say, well, what about like seeing out the back window? Well, this 360 camera is amazing, and when you put it in reverse, obviously you can see everything. People behind you, well, you don't have to worry about it because you are fast enough to pass anything, especially going to 60 in 4 seconds, pretty much. It's nuts, to be honest. Anyways, hope you guys like this review on this 2024 BMW X6 M60i. I like it. Let us know in the comments below if you do. We'll catch you on the next one.